Good afternoon. Welcome to the Indy's Trusted Servant Show on INSPIREsmall.biz. I want to thank my good friend Ryan Henry for offering me the opportunity to put my show in YouTube format on his website. Just go to INSPIREsmall.biz anytime, INSPIResmall.biz/Indy's Trusted Servant to look at any one of my videos in the past. What is Indy's Trusted Servant? Well, that's me, Danny O'Malia. I do customer service training and keynote speaking about customer service and organizational culture. I learned all of that from the hand of the master, my late father, Joe O'Malia, back in the grocery store days. What's the Indy's Trusted Servant Show? I like to describe it as lively local small biz and community talk where you can feel the pulse of Indy. And for those of you who are used to watching the show, I don't have a coat and tie on today because I'm wearing the colors of my alma mater, Xavier University, who knocked off Ohio State last night and led wire to wire. And I was there. So go X, and hopefully we'll have a great season this year. My guest today is a new friend, James Volpert, and he's the owner of the Tropical Smoothie Cafés, currently in Fishers, Carmel, Westfield, and one soon to be out at 421 in the Carmel, Zionsville area, right,
yes,
Jamie?
Correct.
So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Danny.
It's great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and how you came to Tropical Smoothie.
All right. Well, grew up in Peru, Indiana, went to Purdue, and then ended up going to Comcast right out of college in the advertising sales piece. And so from there, I spent 30 years in the corporate world.
All at Comcast?
All at Comcast.
Wow.
So had a blast there. And then obviously, you know, in the real world of corporate, sometimes you get downsized. And I was one that got downsized.
Been there, done that myself.
Which is, no problem. It was a great company. Still have a lot of friends there. And so that kind of threw me into the new chapter of my life. One of the people that got downsized with me at Comcast, his name is Dave Bucco, and his wife, Ruth. They had Tropical Smoothie Cafes up in Michigan, 5 in Lansing and 1 in Saginaw. And so I kind of followed their career. And so when Dave and I both got downsized at the same time, he's like, well, what do you think about bringing Tropical Smoothie Cafe into Indianapolis?
Now, what year would that have been?
That was almost 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
So, 2018. And at that point, we just started our first store in Carmel, 116th and Illinois Street. And from there, we've just progressed.
So Tropical Smoothie Cafe is a franchise.
Is a franchise.
Right? You have the Indianapolis. What's your geographical?
I have Hamilton County and Boone County.
Hamilton and Boone counties.
Yes.
Okay.
And there are 1,000 stores now in the country.
How many states are they in, would you say?
I don't know for sure. I know there were probably 5 or 6 states that we're not in.
So most states,
most
you're
of
there.
the states, yeah.
Okay.
It started in Destin, Florida, on the beach.
By the way, folks, here it is, Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Tropical Smoothie.
I got the mango.
Mango magic. And so it started on the beach in Destin, Florida, and trying to get the beach vibe here to northern side of Indianapolis.
Okay. So do you serve, obviously you serve smoothies.
Yes.
Tell us about the smoothies themselves. Well, tell us, okay, you got the store in Carmel at 116th in Illinois.
Yes.
Where's the one in Westfield?
The one in Westfield is on 32 in Oak Ridge, which is south of Grand Park.
Yep, just due south of Grand Park.
Of Grand Park.
Yep. And then Fishers?
The Fishers is in the Fishers District, which is still on 116th Street, right there by St. Elmo's, 1933.
Yep.
So we're in that little area there.
And the one that's coming, and when is it coming?
Well, that's a great question. We're looking at February of 2022 coming up. And that's going to be on Michigan Road, approximately 108th Street or so. It's Bennett Farms. So
Okay, great. And then the tough question, when's it going to open approximately?
we're looking at hopefully 1st of March to
1st of March.
have the doors open.
And how many employees, when you get done with the 4th one and get it open, how many employees will you have?
Well, that varies through the summer. Right now, I bet this year we've had around 300 employees.
In the 3 stores?
In the 3 stores, they come and go.
A lot of part-timers.
A lot of part-timers.
Yeah.
We do have some full-times, but when you're dealing with a kid, 16, 18-year-old kids, it's a great summer job. College kids come as well. So we just have a lot of kids come in that may work 2 or 3 hours per week because they have school activities,
Sure, right.
We work around all of their schedules to make it work for all of us. So that's why there's a lot of
we used to do that a lot at O'Malley Food Markets. We probably broke down to 35% full and 65% part, and you usually had to have 2 to 3 part-timers to fill a full-time job.
You got
generally.
It. You got it.
And working around their school schedules is a great way to keep them around.
Yeah,
right?
we try. I mean, obviously, in today's world, we've got to be able to be flexible as much as possible with our crew. So it's a challenge, but we can accomplish it with any of the students.
Okay, I need to ask Ryan to keep me posted on the time here because we don't have the clock here.
Is it a break or something?
No, there's no break. We go right straight through for about a half an hour.
Okay.
So tell us about the smoothies themselves then, and do you serve any food? And let's stick with the smoothies at first.
Yes. And we do offer food, but the smoothies.
What are the benefits of the smoothies other than great taste?
It's very. We use all fresh fruits and veggies in our smoothies. We're known as you go into one of our stores, the first thing you will see is that we have the blender stations where we make all the smoothies right there out in front of our guests. And that way they can see us loading in fresh fruits and veggies into the blender cups and be able to blend it for them and then pour it into the cups. It's all natural. It's very healthy. We do use some concentrates here and there, but most it's all fresh fruits and veggies.
Okay.
Each store we go through about 100 pounds of bananas a day.
So, where do you get your fresh fruits and vegetables from?
We get them from Piazza.
Okay.
And then...
Well-known name.
Yeah. And so basically that helps us get the freshest fruits that we can. And then Cisco supplies the rest of our materials for us.
Okay. So how would you sell somebody that hadn't had a smoothie as opposed to going someplace like McDonald's and having a Coke and a burger, and then that'll move us into the food. So why drink a smoothie instead of a soft drink or whatever?
One of the things is it's a great nutritional value. Just this past August, I worked with a nutritionist for the Carolina Panthers. They were in town in Graham Park practicing with the Colts.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So did you work with the Colts as well?
Yes, afterwards. But the Carolina Panthers, they bought a whole bunch of smoothies from us in August, and we supplied the Carolina Panthers. And that's working with the head nutritionist there, and then that led over to the head nutritionist of the Colts.
And I think you told me on the phone that you supply the little university just south of here.
Yes.
Right? Tell us about that.
So not only the Carolina Panthers and the Colts, but also college. So Butler University has been very kind to us as well, and we supply the football team, the basketball team, the men's and women, men's and women's basketball team. IU comes up and they play, and we've done IU volleyball there. Back in March, we did Texas Tech in March Madness.
Okay.
We did the Harlem Globetrotters right before the pandemic. They were in town on Martin Luther King weekend playing.
Yes, they always are.
And we went down and they requested us by name.
So something like, take the Harlem Globetrotters, for instance, which is kind of a national brand. Yes. They know about you guys.
Yes.
Not necessarily just your places, but from wherever they travel.
Where they travel.
Yeah.
So obviously any athletes, they're very conscious of what they put in their bodies. And with our smoothies, it's a great combination.
So how many different smoothies do you have?
There's probably approximately 20 different smoothies, 2024. Usually every quarter there's a special one. We have this right now is is a very berry cranberry for the holidays.
For the holidays. So describe the two we got here today.
All right, so hold yours up.
Here we go. This is the mango.
Tilt it a little bit so you can see it's yellow inside. And mine, this is mango, so it's mango and pineapple and non-fat yogurt. This is a blueberry Bliss, which is a blueberry, a strawberry, and a banana.
Okay. Obviously, the color of the blueberry and strawberry overcomes the color of the banana.
It sure does.
Okay, so there are 20 of these smoothies. Okay.
Yes.
So give us a phone number if somebody wants to. If obviously you could cater a party.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah. We do a lot of catering as well.
Give us a phone number if somebody wants to call you guys.
The Carmel store. Now this might sound weird because it's a different area code because we're coming off of a Comcast phone. But the area code for the Carmel store is 463-206-2136.
So that's your own cell phone. Right?
No. That is the store itself.
It is the actual store itself. Okay.
Would you like my regular cell phone number?
If you want to give it, it's up to you.
I'll give it because that's who I am, because obviously customer service. If
anybody
needs me. My personal cell number is 317-910-2779. That's, you can get a hold of me any day or night.
So tell us about the food at Tropical Smoothie Café. By the way, do you serve any other kind of drinks other than the smoothies? And do you do shakes and stuff like that?
No.
No ice cream stuff?
No ice cream stuff. We do offer some soft drinks. If you don't want a smoothie with your meal, with your food, we offer...
you got fountain drinks?
It's canned. So,
okay.
So bottled water and a Coke and a Diet Coke.
Okay.
And then the food, we have wraps, we have flatbreads, we have salads, we have sandwiches. And the last couple of years, we started doing quesadillas. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of quesadillas being sold in these stores.
Quesadilla is very popular.
Yeah.
It's very popular. So you lunch and a smoothie. Right?
Lunch and a smoothie. You can do a combo, lunch and a smoothie, and that'll fill you up. And we have a lot of people that come in for the lunchtime crowd, and we do a lot of caterings.
I know, for instance, the Carmel location has a lot of hospitals, big hospitals right around there, big office buildings.
Yes.
You're obviously located in high-end areas.
Yes.
And where there's a lot of people living and doing business, right?
So going back to, you had mentioned the Carmel store is right by IU North Hospital.
Yeah.
And just a quick story. This just came to me. A couple weeks ago, I got a thank you note in the mail, and it went to the Carmel store. And right to the north of us is IU Hospital. And so I opened up this thank you note, and it was a card that had a hot dog on it with mustard on it. And it said, "Frank's a lot." Okay. And you open it up, and it's a daughter writing a thank you note to us because her mother is going through chemotherapy. And this is her special treat, is a smoothie after her chemo. Okay.
Oh, man.
And she's thanking us for making these smoothies for her mother, and that her mother looks forward to drinking our smoothies.
Does she come to the store and pick them up and take them to her mom?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so when I read this note, it really hit me pretty hard. Okay. And this was Friday that I got this note. What I ended up doing was Monday, I went to the cancer side of IU North Hospital, and I wanted to do something special. And this thank you note really hit me pretty hard. So I went to the cancer center, and we ended up donating smoothies to the cancer patients once a month. So yesterday I was at the cancer facility delivering smoothies to the patients for this. I ended up writing the little girl back to thank her about taking care of her mother, but also inspiring me to be better and to be able to deliver something nutritionist and cold to the cancer patients. That's what they're looking for.
And that kind of reminds me of a theme that I like to run through, especially when I've got small biz on here. I do a lot of not-for-profits on the show, as those of you who watch know. I do a lot of small business. Small business not only employs 300 people, probably when you get to fourth store open, maybe more, but small business supports the community. And small business has the pulse of the community.
Yes.
And that's a perfect example of the give and take between a customer and then, you know, hats off to you for doing that. That's great.
Well, thank you. It just, you know, you need to do something back to the community. And this, like I said, when I got this thank you note, I had to act upon it.
That reminds me of my days at Omega Food Markets, and some similar stuff happened a lot back there. Why don't you hold up your menu to the camera so folks can see what a sandwich looks like?
So here's the menu. Inside, we'll fold it this way. This is just some looks at the flatbreads, the sandwiches, and salads. On the back side is the smoothies. So here's all the different smoothies. We have them in different blends. Okay. And then on the back side, we actually do breakfast. We have some breakfast sandwiches as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yep. So that's good to know. What are your hours, by the way?
That depends.
On the help.
On the help. But normal hours are from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. now that we're in winter hours. Usually in the summer, we'll go to 9 p.m. But we open up.
What is the food that's featured on the cover there? Hold that up one more time. Is that a flatbread or what?
That is a flatbread. So basically, like I said, we do a lot of caterings, box lunches or platters, and we have a lot of medical reps that use us. So we travel all over.
Okay.
So we've delivered to Kokomo, Indiana, all the way down to Greenwood, to Greenfield, to Greensburg.
Take north, south, east, and west, and what's the farthest you could go?
What, in delivery?
Yeah.
There's really no boundaries. It's just, you know, we want to make it easy for the medical reps or any people to buy us, and we'll deliver it. The smoothies we pack them in ice, and we can travel an hour away to deliver fresh smoothies and delicious sandwiches.
Is an hour away kind of a limit for a fresh smoothie, would you say, to stay fresh?
Well, I kind of put an hour on there because I do have a person that does my driving for catering. So technically it's a 2-hour round trip.
Yeah.
That I don't want that employee that far away.
Right.
These will last in normal on your desk for probably almost 2 hours. And usually before we take them out, we'll put them in the freezer at -7 to -11. And that gets us, for an hour and a half, that gets us nice and cold so we can bring it out, especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
We did the Riley Dance-a-thon for the Fishers High School and the Westfield High School. And so we delivered to the Westfield High School 400 smoothies for the kids to dance with on a Friday night. The next Friday night was Fishers High School, and they had 300 kids dancing. So in the course of 1 week, we had 700 kids dancing with our smoothies.
And dance for Riley Hospital.
Riley
Hospital. There you go. One of the great local charities that we've got.
Yes.
Let me ask you a couple of business-related questions. How hard are you? You mentioned that the hours might depend on the help situation. Yes. How much trouble are you having with that?
Right now and today, it's tough to find the daytime people, the adults. Anytime after 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we have the kids after school, all the way to close. Weekends, we're fine. It's the Monday through Friday, the 11 to 2, 10 to 2 time shifts. And that's obviously our busiest time with lunch, and to be able to try to get some adults or young kids that may have graduated from high school, didn't go to college.
Or maybe going to college part-time, like IUPUI or Ivy
We
Tech.
do have a lot of part-time or homeschool children, as they've been great as well. Where they have that flexibility to come in.
Can a kid or a parent walk into one of the stores and get an app?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can do that, or you can go online to tropicalsmoothie.com, and on the website, the national website, you can drill down to Indianapolis, and apply there.
Okay,
And
can do either.
Yep, and we get it within less than 24 hours from the corporate back down to us, and then we act upon it quickly.
Is there ever a time when, well, for instance, my treadmill finally died in my basement, and so I went over to play it against sports.
Yes.
And this was Sunday evening, and they were open, I think, till 6 o'clock Sunday. But all that was left in there was 3 teenage kids that were really nice, but they couldn't finalize the deal, right?
Yes.
Is there ever a time when you just have teenage kids in the store?
Yes.
Yeah. Does that scare you a little bit?
It does scare you as the business owner. That's when you have trust in the kids. Obviously, we do have security cameras that we can pull up from time to time and watch. I try to do and instill what I call the best of classic customer service with the kids, right?
Absolutely.
And, the goal is to be able to help work with the kids and instill good working ethical values in them. Right?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to build the kind of culture that Joel Malia built, and I later helped him build further.
Yes.
And you do have to depend a lot on young people when you're in retail of any kind.
Yes.
And I know that, I guess you'd call yourself in the restaurant and catering business. I know help is very, very hard to find.
It's tough right now. We've had to alter some of our store hours. The Westfield store, we do have a drive-through. Back in August, we had to close the dining room down.
Is that the only one with a drive-through, Westfield?
Yeah,
okay.
And then bring everybody through the drive-through. Unfortunately, when you only have, 3, maybe 3 kids working at a time, it's tough to keep the drive-through and the in-store business going. And I know that's sometimes inconvenience for our guests, but we just have to, do what we have to do with the staff that we've got. And we're always constantly hiring and training and teaching the kids.
Again, give us a phone number if somebody wants to call and talk about maybe a job for one of their kids or something.
Again, the number, our main number would be, area code 463-206-2136 to call.
Jamie, thanks for coming down
Danny,
to do the show.
So fun.
This is great. Next week, our guest will be Andy Pinegar. He's a big shot with State Bank, which used to be State Bank of Liston, but they are growing, and so they didn't want to, they changed their name because they're not just going to be in Boone County anymore, okay? And they just opened a new branch in our former shopping center at 126th and Gray Road. So we'll look forward to having Andy. And Tropical Smoothie Cafes in Carmel, Fishers, and Westfield, and soon to be 421 south of Zionsville.
And then the next one will be in Whitestown.
Okay. Whitestown is...
You got the breaking news here.
Yeah, okay. So Whitestown is a real underrated growing place, right?
Yes.
Well, Jamie, thanks for coming.
Danny, thank you so much.
And I'll stop in and see you sometime soon.
Please do.
See you all next week, folks.
Thank you.